Mike. I'm having a terrible time filling up this tape. And Tyler said he wanted tape, so I said, go ahead. So he and Matt went downstairs and taped that terrific dance scene that you just saw. And they said, oh, don't send that to Dad. Please don't send that to Dad. But I decided to go ahead because you must see them in their total look. Their goofy side too. It's let's see, it's about 5 o'clock. I just got home from work not too long ago. The kids are outside playing kickball in the courtyard. You know, Mike, if we moved, they'd really miss this courtyard. I should have taken the video camera out there and carried it through the house while I was looking at it, because then you could have seen what it was like. One thing I forgot to mention, I don't think it has the automatic garage door opener on it. And I think it has a heat pump. Isn't that what we had on our house in Louisiana? In fact, one of the people that lived right up from the beaches, the Flanagans, she was a 6th grade teacher. They turned theirs over from electric to propane. So they have one of those tanks sitting out behind their house. That's an option. She said that it would probably pay for itself for the changing over in about 2 years, the price of utility bills. Golly, I've written you so much lately that I really don't have a lot of news. Let's see. Yesterday, oh yes, the boys got back about 12:30 from that trip to Silver Dollar City. They really had a good time, and I'm glad. I was concerned about Tyler because, oh, he really didn't want to go, and then I said he had to go, and I told him I'd go along, but at the last minute they had enough people, so they didn't need me, so I didn't go, and Tyler said, well, I don't want to go either, and he did anyway. As I wrote in the letter, I gave him plenty of food to go take along with them and plenty of money, so they had a good time. And they both came back with around $2 and change left. And Matthew, good old Matthew, didn't say anything he really wanted, but brought me a present back. It was one of those little tile-type trivets. It cost about $8, so that was sweet of him to think of me and bring something home for me when he could have bought something for himself. Tyler bought saltwater taffy. That they had a machine there. Silver Dollar City is where they have shops that do things like the olden days, and Tyler said it reminded him a lot of Greenfield Village that we went to in Detroit, remember? And so Tyler went into the shop where they made the saltwater taffy with the, I don't know, I think maybe they were making it by machine or by hand, he didn't say, but so he bought some of that, and they had a good time. But anyway, I went out and picked him up at 12:30. Jody had called me and asked me if I'd like to go to the Junior Miss competition at Bell Hall, so I went. I knew a couple of girls that were going to be in it, and Jody and I and Jolie went. We had a nice time. And then I got home, and Friday night, right after the boys left, I started shampooing this carpet, and I got the Kirby down. The good old Kirby works just as good as always, except the belt broke. You know, there's a belt on the vacuuming part, and then there's a belt that comes with the carpet shampoo part. Well, that belt broke. I have a feeling that it was when it got wet last time I used it, and it looked like a brand new belt, but I think I've only used that shampoo 3 times, and it just snapped. So we'll need to get another one of those and put that on. And I was mostly finished with this carpet, so it didn't, after it broke, so I just finished the rest out by hand. But it came out pretty nice. Jack had wet in so many places that when I got all the furniture moved out of here, I could see all the spots. And the smell was getting so bad. So I went and bought a baby gate. Walmart had them on sale. I put the baby gate up out here. And I keep Jack in there during the day, and then at night, when we're not home, I keep him in there. And then at night, I take him up to one of the boys' rooms. And he prefers to sleep in Tyler's. And now Tyler's room is beginning to get that urine smell. So he must go during the night. And I'm not about to get up and let him out tonight because I can't get back to sleep. And Tyler doesn't. Jack could jump on Tyler's head, and Tyler wouldn't get up and let him out. He wouldn't even wake up. So I don't know what we're going to do about that, but I did buy some of that puppy off stuff, and it's I think it's silver nitrate is its basis, and it says to spray it on paper or a towel or something, and put it in the areas where you don't want the dog to go, and he'll stay away from there. So that's what I've been doing. We'll see if it works. So I shampooed the carpet, and The Witches of Eastwick with Cher was on, and then Moonstruck on HBO. It was a double feature thing, so I stayed up and watched that. I think I got to bed about 2 o'clock Friday night, and then Saturday night was late because the boys didn't get back till 12:30, and then Sunday we lost an hour of daylight savings time, so I am still very pooped. I'm going to go to bed at 8 o'clock tonight. Speaking of HBO, the HBO cost is going up a couple of bucks. Not just HBO, but cable television is going up a couple of bucks. I really am tempted to get rid of HBO, and I want to seriously consider it because I see the boys sitting and watching the same shows that they've seen before, watching them over, and when they could be doing other things or watching something better on television. And I think they'd watch less television if they didn't have HBO because there's less to watch on TV, and I really would like to discourage their watching. And shoot, we can rent movies. We don't have to watch HBO, and you can get your sports stuff on ESPN. So, speaking of sports, what about Michigan? Tyler missed the game when they played. Who did they play? In the semifinals, Virginia. Anyway, that was Saturday night, and Tyler missed it, and he was upset. But when they play Seton Hall I think it's next weekend that they play, we're going to be sure to watch that one. I wish you could be here to watch it with us. Wouldn't that be fun? And it's Michigan, or is it Indiana they play? Or did they play Indiana? I can't remember, but anyway, it's going to be fun because I bet they win the whole thing. That'll be good. What else? Oh, I told you that Maggie's husband, John, is who I had go show me the inside of the house because Joe's not in the realtor business anymore, so I really don't care. Don't particularly want to deal through Century 21, but that's who Maggie's husband's working with. So I went ahead and had him show me the house, and he called me today, and he didn't call me. Maggie came in and told me that John had talked to Wiedemeyer or Greenmeyer, the guy, the banker guy that bought the house from the Foxes when they couldn't pay the mortgage. And John said that Greenmeyer is the kind of guy that will either hold out forever until he gets the price he wants, which I think is $49 on the house, or when spring comes and he doesn't want to mess with keeping the yard up and everything, he has a huge yard. We have to buy a riding lawnmower. He may just drop it real fast and sell it. So John said we should put in a bid. Even if it's a ridiculous amount, we should put it in so we have it on record. So if all of a sudden this guy just decides he wants to get rid of it, then he can do it. He has our name and he can do it. Also, Maggie said that John said that Greenmeyer might even, if we decided we wanted that house but didn't want to deal with the selling of this one, then Greenmeyer might purchase this house from us if we bought that one and work something out that way. Anyway, these are all iffy things, and I told John I couldn't think of putting in a bid until you saw the house, because maybe you wouldn't like it at all. And I'm not even sure I like it better than our house. This is the hard part. I have really grown to like this house except for the kitchen. The kitchen is the only thing that I really don't care for. And the dust. It's really dusty in this house. But that house out there is pretty nice. I wish you were here to see it now. But if somebody comes along and says they want it, well, it's better they have it than if they're willing to pay that price for it. It's certainly not worth $149,000. Oh, the school board elections tonight, and I don't know who's going to get it. I'm really curious. They're writing in some names on the ballot. I guess somebody Jacobson is going to run against that Schrant guy, the military guy that was unopposed because Vic Young dropped out of the school board. Joyce Boyd's running against Schnell, the eye doctor, and Roma Zeller is running against Russ Baldwin. I like Russ, but he's for sure leaving in October, and then the board will appoint anybody that they want to be on the board. And I'd like to get somebody in now that might disagree with some of the other board members so that there's a little contest there, there's a little discussion. It's always not such a unanimous thing. And a little competition for Myrna Flore. In fact, I think there's a guy named Jacobson, or Wecker, that's going to run against Myrna Flore as a write-in vote. Gee, I wish I would have registered so I could vote in this election. I really do. And, well, we'll see what happens tomorrow. We'll see who gets it and who doesn't. I can't think of anything more to talk about right now, and I really want to get this tape sent to you. So if I run out of, if there's some blank space at the end of the tape, I'm sorry. The boys aren't into any sports at the moment, so there's nothing to tape there. And I could go out and tape a little of them playing kickball out in the courtyard right now if you wanted me to. Did I tell you that Jennifer Scherberger called me, and she and Richard are getting a divorce, and she called and asked me if I knew of any houses out in this area in the 60s, because that's what she'd be able to afford. So I told her there were a couple of little ones up here on Valley Drive, and we'll see if she can. I said look at them, you know, they're listed with realtors, just go ahead and look at it. And she says, well, Chris really wants to live out there by Tyler and go to school in Lansing. So we'll see how that goes. The oldest kid is going to IMAC, and he wants to finish at IMAC. So she wants to move out here. Chris wants to be where Tyler's at. So we'll see what happens. I haven't heard anything from her for a while. I don't know, in a divorce case, you never know if they will reconcile or if she'll change her mind and move back to Virginia where her family is, or what she'll do. So, just waiting to see on that one. I know how much you'd love to have Chris Scherberger living near here. Tyler is real excited. He hopes that Chris moves out here, and he wants him to move right away. So, we'll see what happens there. So then when I told Tyler that it might be nice to move out there to that house in the country, he says, I don't want to move. Not at all. He says, I won't move. He says, this is where everything's happening. Nothing's happening out in the country. Like Tyler does anything. He never goes and does anything with any friends around here. Well, shoot. We had tons and tons of rain. It rained today, it rained yesterday, it rained the day before. It's been great. And I heard on the radio this morning that we are up to what normal rainfall should be for Kansas by this time of year. But we still need to make up for, I think, 7 inches that we lacked, that we were short in 1988, so we still need to make up for that. But the grass is green, all the yards are green. Ours is full of weeds, and so is Jim, and that guy hasn't come out from Kansas City yet. Jim called him yesterday, and he said he'd be out sometime this week, but I sure wish he would have been out before this rain, because the weeds are just all over. There are so many different kinds of weeds in our yard, and it really looks bad, Mike. If we stay here in this house, we definitely need to reseed or sod. I don't know, but it's definitely something, because it really looks bad. The grass out at that other house is not the best, but it's there. There's grass all over the lot. Oh, we got a letter from your mother today. She didn't say much, said that she talked to you on your birthday or the day before your birthday. And not much else. Work's going okay. I took the tire in to the PX garage Saturday morning, and they said that, I wrote all this in a letter, but they said that they would fix it, and they couldn't fix it right then, so I just left it, and I'll go back out and get it, probably tomorrow. I just didn't feel like it today, and besides I could pick up some groceries then tomorrow. And I went into the commissary shopping. I haven't been in that commissary for ages, and it was so packed, so busy. And they changed the checkout lane so that you don't just go up and line up behind the cart. They've got one of these jobbies where you go back in and forth and around the chains, and then you come to a machine, and it's a computer type thing, and you have to stop, and then when the machine says lane number 10 is now open, then you can go down to whatever number that machine says. I guess it's kind of nice, but once you're in line, you can't go running back for something like I always used to do. Well, I really am out of things to say now. So I'll just stop for a while, and if I can think of any more, I'll try and get it on tape. If not, the end of this tape might be kind of empty. Come here, Jack. Come here. Come on. There's the Jack baby. Look at how his hair's grown out. You need to come home and shave him again. Yes, you're a Jack baby, aren't you? Yes. Except when you wet on the floor. Yes.